2023 has came to a close. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. Don't do honorable mentions, but this is like that category of if it comes out this year, it would be on this list. But since it's not yet confirmed to come out this year, I'm just going to put it right here because there's a chance it still could come out this year. So the first thing I want to say is if Zootopia 2 does come out this year, I wouldn't say it's been rumored, but there's a Disney movie coming out in November like always, and it's not yet. We don't know what it is yet. And since they're making Zootopia 2, Frozen 3, it could be one of those. And I think Zootopia 2 will come out first, if not Frozen 3. But if it's one of those two movies, Zootopia 2 or Frozen 3, it would be on this list. But since it's not yet confirmed to, or we don't know if it is, it's not going to be on this list. But if those two do come out, or if one of them do, it would definitely be on this list. And another thing, Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now, this movie doesn't have a release date because they don't know when they'll finish it. My guess is 2025 or 2026. Some people have it on their 2024 most anticipated movie list, so I'm just going to mention it just in case it does. It would be in first place if it does. I just mentioned it just in case, but the time the animation takes, the script needs to be perfect, you have to write the story and everything. I do not think this movie is coming out in 2024, but there is a chance, which is why I'm mentioning it, but I do not think this movie is coming out in 2024. But I mentioned it, just in case it does, it will be in first place on this list. Without further ado, let's begin the list. So in 10th place, we have Venom 3. Now, I know a lot of you guys do not like the Venom movies. For me, I did not like the first one. I enjoyed the second one. Now, the reason why this is in my most anticipated movies of the year list is mainly due to No Way Home. Venom was taken from his universe, put in No Way Home, and left. I mean, I guess there was potential there, but Kevin Feige didn't want that. So, with that, Venom going back into his world, knowing that Avengers exist, Spider-Man exists, I find potential there. Now, if the plot is nothing Spider-Man related, like they don't even touch on the MCU at all from what they set up, yeah, this movie would be taken out off of my list instantly, but it has potential. It has potential, which is why it's here. It has potential to tackle Spider-Man, even though this is the SSU, Sony Spider-Man universe. I'm going in cautious because of that. But I enjoyed Venom 2. This one could be better, it could be worse, it could just be another useless movie like Morbius. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what they could do with Spider-Man, even though this universe is not working out. I like the Venom movie still, so I always will give Venom 3 a chance. But in 9th place, we have Wicked Part 1. Now, I have not seen the Broadway show, I have not read the book, but the reason why this is in my most anticipated list is because I really want to watch the Broadway, but I'm not able to because I just haven't yet. Even though I want to watch it in person, I don't even know what the Broadway is about. I just want to watch it because I know it's like a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. So I want to watch this Broadway. So this movie, my next best option because of that. Yeah, so this movie is my next best option. I really want to watch the Broadway. I guess I could just read the book, but that's not really the same thing. So I'm looking forward to this movie. I think it's like Act 1 of the play. I heard it's more like the book though, so it's not exactly like the Broadway. But I'm still looking forward to it. And I'm excited to see what this play is about and see if it lives up to the hype that I want. But in 8th place, we have Smile 2. Now, when it comes to Smile 1, I liked it. I think it wasn't scary, which is my main problem with me not liking horror movies. When people say they're the scariest thing ever, I watch it and it's not even scary at all. So, but yeah, I enjoyed the first Smile, and I'm excited for Smile 2, especially the way Smile 1 ended. I'm excited to see what they bring into Smile 2. just the way they could like expand upon this and kind of change this path for this character. I don't want to spoil Smile 1 because I do recommend that movie. I do recommend that you go watch that. But yeah, I'm excited for Smile 2. I'm excited to what they can bring to the table for Smile 2. But in 7th place, we have Fall Guy. Now, I was sold on the trailer. That's the only reason why this movie's on this list, is because of that trailer. We have Ryan Gosling, which he sold me in Barbie, which is why I now love Ryan Gosling as an actor. Now, he's in this movie, which automatically makes me go watch it. Emily Blunt's in this movie. And then we have the plot of the movie with like the stuntman and stuff. There's a trailer out right now, so if you want to watch the trailer. Yeah, this movie just looks like a fun action movie with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. And yeah, Ryan Gosling on its own makes me excited for this movie. It just looks like a fun movie. In 6th place, we have A Quiet Place Day 1. Now, I was not excited for this movie. I found this movie to be pointless. There was no reason why this movie needed to be a prequel. I found it pointless. But then, I heard that this movie was going to be based on a new family in New York. Now, the New York aspect sells me. You could have one of the loudest cities in the world and actually see what happened on day 1. You can actually see how everything erupted on like a big city, a big town, a loud town too. It's not like some quiet town in wherever the first 2 take place. You can actually see a loud town happen and actually see what happens from that. And I really like that idea. New York setting, I'm all in for that. That excites me for this movie. But in 5th place, we have Dune Part 2. Now, the reason why this is not higher up on the list is because I read the book. I know what happens next. But I'm still excited for it because of Dune 1 with the cliffhanger it had. It was not really a cliffhanger, just ended. The book made that movie easier to follow, but it's extremely incomplete. So this next movie, I'm hoping is gonna push these 2 together to make this 5-hour long big event. 5.5 hour long big event is going to be like really this big adventure, just like the book, big long adventure. It's going to be wonderful. Now, you guys who haven't read the book, I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is probably the best part in the book as well, so that excites me too. But in 4th place, we have Joker 2. I do not know the actual title, so I'm not gonna try. But when it comes to Joker 2, I watched Joker 1 for the first time on New Year's Eve, and I enjoyed it. I really liked it. So, for Joker 2, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna like this movie as well. Now, the part that makes most people cautious of this movie is that it's a musical. Joker 2 is a musical. Now, we do have Harley Quinn in here, played by Lady Gaga. Now, in my opinion on all this, I feel like the musical could work. I feel like the musical aspects could work. You can probably see like the mind of Joker and Harley Quinn in musical form and kind of see their like freaky kind of part of them just in musical form. And Harley Quinn, I feel like that is probably the reason why this movie is a musical in the first place. But the director of this movie is not really good with sequels, but he obviously came back for a sequel. And I think the musical could work. Everything they do with it, I feel like they could really pull it off in a really smart way. I feel like Joker 2 is gonna work, and I'm excited for it in October. We're now in my top 3, but before I continue, make sure you guys like and subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, follow my letterbox called the Cutman Movies. And in 3rd place, we have Saw 11. Okay, so I watched the Saw franchise for the first time in November of 2023. Now, I fell in love. I fell in love with the Saw franchise. Saw 1, 2, and 10 are the best. Yeah, 10. 10's like one of the best ones. So, when it comes to Saw 11, it's going to follow up 10 in a way. And I'm really interested to see what they do with Saw 11. I'm really excited for Saw 11. They could really bring a lot to this franchise and like the prequelness of it as well, because it because it is following up Saw 10. And yeah, I'm just excited to see Saw 11. I feel like they could do so much. And since I enjoy this franchise as a whole, I'm excited to check out Saw 11 in September. But in second place, we have Inside Out 2, the only Pixar movie being released next year because Elio was delayed. But Inside Out 2. I love the first Inside Out movie. I grew up on that and everything. So Inside Out 2, I do not see a world where this movie is bad. This movie is gonna be good. This movie is gonna be really good. The puberty story of it as well, with Riley growing up. You could do so many sequels with this because growing up you get new emotions into that and everything. So we have Riley growing up in this movie, going through puberty so far is what we know, and new emotions. That's all we know for this movie so far. That's all that sells me. I'm pumped for this movie. I cannot wait for this movie to come out June 14th. And I'm gonna be there opening weekend. I'm gonna love this movie. I do not see a world where this movie is bad. But number one, my most anticipated movie of 2024. I'm sure this is everyone's most anticipated movie of 2024, so we can say it at the same time in 3, 2, 1, Deadpool 3. Okay, when it comes to Deadpool 3, yeah, I'm sure I don't need to explain myself here for why it's number one on this list. Hugh Jackman is coming back. It's another Deadpool movie. Deadpool's being introduced in the MCU. MCU's first rated R movie. There were so many reasons why this is number one. I cannot wait for the trailer to come out. I might put a reaction up on the channel, which I normally don't do, but for a movie like this, I think I need a reaction on the channel. Now, I do think the trailer's coming out the day of the Super Bowl, next month. So, Deadpool 3 trailer, I'm excited to check that out. Yeah, Deadpool, his humor and everything, I'm excited for. I do not think Disney will censor it. I think they will actually go for that R-rating Deadpool humor. I'm excited for this movie. I'm so excited for this movie. Sometimes I think about it just randomly, out of the blue, with no context whatsoever. I'm so excited for this movie. Deadpool 1 and 2, I love. Same thing with Logan, even though that's not really Deadpool, but Hugh Jackman's in this movie. This is also kind of like that movie that closes off that 20th Century Fox kind of Marvel movies. Just because Disney bought that, so every movie that came from 20th Century Fox, I feel like this movie will do a good job at closing all that out too. With all the rumors for characters showing up in this movie. I'm excited for all of that. I don't care if it's a big cameo fest. I'm just excited for another Deadpool film in the MCU. And I'm super excited for this movie. It's probably going to be my favorite movie of the year. Hopefully this is not another Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania incident. But I do not see that because we have Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman. I trust both of those. The director as well. Yeah, this movie, I'm going to love it. Everyone's going to love this movie. And this movie might have a chance of making $1 billion as well. So, I'm excited for that. But with that was my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. Make sure you guys leave your list down below. And making this list, I realized that there weren't a whole lot of movies I was anticipated for. Now, those first two I mentioned before I started the list, those were just we don't know if those were coming out. But besides these top 10, there's 5 other ones. But for what we know that's coming out so far this year, there's not a whole lot I'm anticipated for. I think on my calendar, I have marked right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I mark all the movies I'm excited to watch or I'm going to watch. And I think there's only maybe 20 on there. Maybe 25 that are released in theaters. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of movies coming out compared to last year. But the shows this year, there's a lot of shows coming out this year that are going to be amazing. I think it is rumored we'll have Creature Commandos, DCEU's first show or project. We have Echo, we got Penguin, we have a ton of other shows. So yeah, shows look amazing this year. Movies, the ones we do have, they're going to be great. They're going to be great. So with that, Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.